Use caution, don't drop your wrench. I'm running some wires here in the wall for the wiring, and there's not a whole lot of space between the paneling and the foam here. It's like a 1/16 of an inch. This wire would probably be fine down below it, but a bigger wire wouldn't. And I've got some slightly larger ones down here that I need to cut some grooves for. So I'm going to move down to there, and I'll show you how this nice cutter works. So these wires here are some of the wires for the exterior lighting. And this one here is just a ground wire, but it's a little bit fat, so I want to cut a slot for it. So I'm just going to take this tool that I've made and cut a little groove. That's all it does. If I had a better contact between the wire and the soldering iron, it would be a little hotter and cut a little faster. But as it is, it cuts this nice little clean slot, and I'm going to bring that right down here. I don't want to burn my wire, so I'll just pull that out, and that's that. I've got a clean little slot, and all that is a soldering iron with a loop of wire, or this is flat wire in it. But if the soldering iron relies on contact inside there to heat the wire up, so it doesn't get quite as hot as if I had a better contact. But it does work, and it cuts these nice little slots in your paneling. I just got my switch panel in the mail here. This is the second one of these I've ordered. I've ordered one for my boat too, slightly different, but basically the same game. They're not super well constructed, but not bad. So it's got two 5 volt USBs here, a 1 amp and a 2.1 amp. Slow and fast chargers there. I don't know why they do the slow one, but it's got the voltage gauge, and it's got the 12 volt card thing with 5 of these push switches. And these switches will light up when you have them engaged. Then I've got this here, which has been in my dad's storage forever. It is a emergency power system. Let's put it right side up. Emergency power system with an inverter. It's got line in power, so this shows that the inverter is running off the battery. This shows that we're running off of the inbound, off of the line power of the service. And then we got 2 standard plugs here, and it's got an automatic battery charger in it. So when I plug this in to the service or wherever, it'll charge my battery and then run my system. We just happen to have one of these. It's really nice. I don't know how much these cost, but I'm sure they're not cheap. This is going to get mounted on either in the front with the battery box, or I'm going to put it under the seat so we can use these 2 plugs. And then I'm going to get inside the box and I'll run a wire out and use that to power the interior plugs, so that I can just use these 2 as regular plugs. But I'm going to get on to finishing up my paneling and installing this electro. Looks like it'll fit. Perfect. Kind of pretty too. And do a little sandpaper on here, make it cleaner. Be good to go. Now that I've got some of the paneling done, I need to get the wiring finished here so I can put all this back together. So I got to run a wire from each of these. If you see in here, there's 6 pin outs, and those are the power outs to the power supply. So one of these goes to ground. Well, 2 of these go to ground, and 2 of these go to the positive on the battery. So this one here, this lead here, is in from the battery, and this lead here goes up to both of my lights. So I'm gonna have to take this lead and split it so I can have a front and a rear. I'll just leave it on one side, and I'll have a front and a rear, and then I need to bring down 4 more wires for my my power and then I'll probably run another wire up and attach it up here somewhere for the negative lead. Okay, now to hook all this stuff up, I need to bring, this is the power in. I'm just going to get a screw nut and put it on these two and tie these together, okay? And then all of these individual wires will connect up to these other switches. So I've just marked each one. Nope, didn't mark that one. Thought I marked each one. Oh, I know I didn't. I just put this one up. This is my spare that I just put on. Spare. I've got 6 switches, and I only have, all right, I've got 5 switches, and I've only got 4 functions right now. So, power in. This is interior front IF. This is exterior rear ER, exterior front EF, and interior front IF. So, I'll just hook those all up. I don't have an exterior rear right now. I don't have an exterior, I don't have any exterior lighting right now, besides the stuff that comes with the trailer. So these ones I'm just going to hook up, and then I can put the paneling on, and when I need to, I can get to them. So on the interior one, or on the exterior wire for the front, I just left a long wire bundled up here. You might have seen that going on. And then a couple other long wires are bundled up here for the spares. And I just tucked them in the pockets, and I should be able to reach anywhere in the trailer with at least the spare one. And the exterior rear one will at least reach a little past the mid-center on the back by going all the way around the wall. So I'm going to get to putting on all my paneling, and I need to hook up my I need to hook up my ground wire, and I'm going to just screw the ground wire into the frame here, and that's that for the wiring. I'm going to start working on some electrical. I've got my inverter here. Got the double plugs here. I'm going to wire this in here. I'll eventually wire it into the body so I can use these 2 plugs separate. But for now, I'm just going to leave it separate. Cut this off. And this plug will go to the power plug on the wall there with USB ports in it. And I'm just going to have it, let's see here, I'm going to do sideways here. So this one is just going to plug into here on one of these plugs here, like this. And that'll give me a power supply for now. Later on I'm going to wire it in. So that's that. Now this one takes battery power to back here, positive, negative, because it's DC. I got my battery over here, and I don't have any of the heavy wire normally used for batteries. I don't really want to go get some, so for now I'm going to use this old dryer cable, which is usually 50 or 60 amps capable. Use caution, don't drop your wrench unless you want to weld with your battery. Apparently I got power in the battery. I don't have to doubt that. Stupid. Hopefully I didn't damage my battery with that, but let's take a look here. Turn it on. Wow, noisy. Negative, negative, positive, positive. Well, the inverter makes noise. It's a bummer. Let's try another one. Let's test this thing. Plug this in over here. And looks like I got some amperage problems. Well, let's test. Let's well, if I can't get this inverter to work, I'm just not going to worry about the 120 for now. I'm going to get my 12 volt to work. All right, moment of truth for the power. I've got it hooked up, and it says I got 12.7 volts. I've got these plugs. There's a light next to the USB, and all these plugs have little lights on them. It'd be nice if they didn't actually have lights on them, but I guess it'll make a nice night light, and I doubt they use hardly any power. So this should be the front. I'll shut my door. Right there be the light. Rear, good. And these three are the spares, so they don't do anything yet. That works. Nice. I'm gonna have to put a cutoff switch in line to shut the whole thing off, otherwise the battery will draw power the whole time from these little lights. We just don't need that on. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make a cutoff. I might take this spare switch and make it a cutoff switch. So we'll have it turn on the main, and then it'll turn on the other ones. Let me get in there and do that. That seems like a good idea, actually. So I'm gonna have the power run down here, and instead of coming in, it'll split to here first and then go out to the other leads. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is turn this switch into the spare. So I already pulled this wire off. This is the power into the switch, and this is the normal power in that's just bridged over there. And what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to take this and connect it to here as the power in. This is the power coming in from outside. It's going to connect to there, and then this one is going to have to move down. Maybe I might not need to do anything but connect this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this with my continuity meter, and all this is, if you do any of those kind of electrical stuff, oh, looks like our battery might be dying. If you do any kind of electrical stuff, then a continuity meter is really nice, especially if you get a decent one. So this one beeps if I got continuity, so I don't have to even look at it. I could just do this, go like this. I have it now. Shut this off. I don't have it, so I think that'll work, hopefully. So we'll see. I might have to pull this one here as well. I'm not sure what's going on with that. These are like double pole throw switches, which is kind of funky. So I'm going to try connecting this up and see if it works. Got a connector like this here. The crimping pliers there. Nope, not that way. Okay, let's check that there. Let's see now. Should power in, it's connected to there. This goes over. No. Oh. I suppose this would help. All right, power's connected. We've got nothing. We got power. Now, front light, rear light, perfect. That was simple. So okay, so to do that, you just pull this connector here was connected to this pole. I just pulled it off and moved it over, and then I connected the main power to there. And this is the normal main power in right here. I'm just gonna leave it hanging. It's not doing any harm. I'm gonna put this back together. And I've got the master switch and the other switches. Power. Oh, I'm gonna shut this light off. Action. Action. Yes. All right, I'm good to go. Electrical done. For now.